There she is. There's the shiner of a black eye. What do you reckon? Do I look like I've beaten up? Does it make me look really tough and well-hard? Yeah? Good. Excellent. So that is the black eye that I promised I would explain on day 77. And here we are on day 77. So I'll keep it brief as I can. Anyone who was born in the 80s or before the 80s hopefully remembers an amazing Saturday night TV show called Gladiators. And it was a bit like what we have today. We have Wipeout now, and we've got Ninja Warrior. It's like a combination of that, but with gladiators. So members of the public come out and do all these physical challenges, and they basically have to beat the gladiators, who are professional athletes, wrestlers, that kind of thing. And it was one of my favourite shows back in the day. And my friend Jo, who is the bride whose hen do we were on Saturday, we used to watch it together quite a lot. It was a staple part of our childhood. So as part of the hen do, the bridesmaids had organised to go back to her old school. And 24 or so of us went to the old school. We were wearing absolutely fabulous fancy dress. So Patsy and Eddie, look it up if you're too young to know what that is. Anyone old enough to know the Gladiators probably also remembers Ab Fab. So we're all dressed as Patsy and Eddie's playing gladiator game, as you do, standard Saturday afternoon stuff. And it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. But one of the challenges towards the end of the games was duel. And if you remember Gladiators, duel was basically a challenge where a gladiator and a contestant stood up on these tall platforms. They're probably about 5 meters high. And they had pugil sticks with the big padded ends, and they had to whack each other off, and whoever fell down first lost. So that was one of our games, and the girls had gone to great efforts. They'd got us proper pugil sticks, which were basically metal poles with inflatable ends, and they said at the end, who wants to take Jo on? Jo is the bride. And I was like, yeah, I want to take her on, because I'm quite competitive, especially after a couple of gins. And they had one of the school benches, so the two of us lined up on the school bench, each had our pugil sticks. The referee blew her whistle, and off we went, swinging wildly, bashing each other. And long story short, Jo took a rather large swing at me, and mid-swing, the inflatable part of the pugil stick flew off mid-air. So she basically bashed me in the face with a metal pole, resulting in that. So didn't think much of it, couldn't really feel it. It was quite cold. Laughed immediately because it was hilarious. The whole room just went, oh my God. I think they thought she'd knock me out, but no, I'm tough, so it's fine. And didn't really think much of it. And it took a few minutes for the pain to set in. And even then it just felt hot. But as the evening went on, it got a bit sore, took some ibuprofen, woke up the next morning and it had all come out. So it's a good story. It's a great story for the wedding. I just hope I can cover it up with sufficient amounts of foundation on Saturday if it's still there. But it also got me thinking. We decided between us that I was probably the best person she could have hit. If she was going to smash the shit out of anybody that day, yeah, it was me. Just before I got up to take her on, her mother-in-law-to-be had taken her on. And I said, thank God it wasn't her. Can you imagine that? The week before your wedding, you knock your mother-in-law unconscious. And she's quite a small lady, so that would not have been good. Might have been quite funny in hindsight, but not good. And it made me realise, actually, that my top value in life and business, which is on my website for everybody to see, I did it as part of the Platinum Brand Incubator with Jay Kubsek last year, was fun. Is fun. My number one value is fun, because I genuinely don't believe there's anything better for you than laughing. And if you can't laugh at yourself, I will laugh at you, and I'll point and laugh at you, and we're probably not going to be friends. So I'm more than prepared to laugh at myself and have people laugh at me when things happen like this. It was pretty hilarious, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, it was pretty ironic that I was able to live out my values, and I was quite proud of myself, really, because I did. I found it hilarious. A little bit painful, but equally my number 3 value is responsibility, and I decided to take the bride on. She's a pretty tough chick. So I take full responsibility in accepting there could have been injuries, and it's just as well it was not the bride and not her mother-in-law and various other people on the hen do who were pregnant, over the age of 60, A lot of them were bridesmaids, meaning they're going to be in a lot more photos. So it was probably best it was me. We've had a good laugh about it. It's all good. But yeah, lots of arnica being taken, lots of arnica cream going on. If anyone out there's got any other recommendations for great quick healing remedies for bruising, I would very much appreciate them. And I will see you in day 78. No makeup today, probably not much makeup for the next few videos, looking a little bit barefaced, but I really just want this bad boy to heal as quickly as it possibly can. So that's me done. I'll see you in day 78. Cheers, bye.